So when it comes to parenting time, one of the biggest factors is schedules. Let's face it, your schedule is important. Your spouse's schedule, important. Your kid's schedule, important. Another thing that's important to consider is proximity. Where do you live? Where does your spouse live? Where do your kids go to school? Where are their activities? These factors are really important when it comes to coming up with a plan that makes sense for your kids. Let's talk about work schedules. If you have to work early in the morning, that's not a bad thing if you're married and you have somebody to help take care of your kids. Now, if you are getting divorced and you have to work very early in the morning, it may impact your ability to have your children overnight. Let's talk about an example here. Let's say that you have to be at your work site by 6 a.m. That means you have to leave your home between 5 and 5:30 every day. That's not a bad thing. However, if you are having your children overnight, that means you might be leaving your children home alone, or a third party would have to be present in order for you to make that happen. Now, if the other spouse is available to be with the children, a court's probably not going to force that situation. In other words, I've had to have really hard conversations with clients before to say, if you want to have your children overnight during the week and you have to leave work every day, you may have to consider getting a new job. The reality is, go in and talk to your boss. Ask them, is there any way that I could work later on certain days of the week? See if that's even possible before you decide that you're going to give up on having your kids or not. The best thing that you can do, though, is make a conscious decision. What's the most important thing to you? Having that overnight parenting time or keeping the job you have? I'm not saying one is right or wrong, but just be honest with yourself and try to make that happen. Because the court absolutely is going to consider your work schedule, it's going to consider your spouse's schedule, it's also going to consider your kids. How far away do you live? The reality is, if you guys live close by, a schedule where you're having more interaction or more frequent parenting time is more likely than if you live an hour away. If you live an hour away, it's very difficult to have the kids with you. Even if you do work later, if you've got to wake up an extra hour and drive an hour just to get them to school, a court's probably not going to force that to happen. So I would say to you, in that situation, consider moving closer. Decide what's important and then make that plan happen.